Starting out making a documentary can feel overwhelming, as it's hard to know where to begin, and it's easy to lose confidence or get stuck during the filmmaking process. As a documentary filmmaker myself, I see so many people making the same painful mistakes over and over again, many of which I made myself when I was starting out. In this video, I'm going to run through one of the most important fundamental elements when starting out making a documentary that will help you go from an unfocused to a focused filmmaker. And this is narration style. So, what is narration style? It's the backbone of how the story of your documentary will be told. Choosing what narration style, or styles, you want to use in your documentary is an important decision, as it will dictate where the main emotion comes from in your story. Without a narration style, your film won't have a focus or direction, and may result in a boring documentary that puts your audience to sleep. So, to make sure this doesn't happen to you, let's run through some of the main narration styles you can use to help make your documentary more engaging for audiences. Before we get into the different styles, I want to point out that there are many ways to categorize documentaries. For example, film critic and theorist Bill Nichols categorized docs into 6 modes: poetic, expository, observational, participatory, reflexive, and performative. But Nichols' modes are written from more of an academic perspective, and they overlap narration style with subject matter and visual technique. And I thought for teaching purposes, it's much simpler to just explain each of these elements separately. So instead, I've simplified Nichols' modes down into 4 categories, focusing purely on narration style as the distinguishing factor. So let's get into it. Here are my 4 main narration styles I use when making a documentary. First up is interview-led documentaries. This is where the main characters in the documentary are interviewed by the filmmakers. In the editing process, the characters' answers are woven together to form the story. The interviews are then usually overlaid with B-roll footage, photos, or animation to visualize the experiences and emotions that the characters are talking about. An example of an interview-led documentary is the feature film Searching for Sugar Man, about an early 70s musician known as Rodriguez, who had become a huge hit in South Africa, but it was widely rumored that he had died. The story is told through interviews with different people talking about their experiences of Rodriguez, his music, and the impact that it had on them. Next is narrator-led. This style of filmmaking is when footage or images are shown with the narrator's voice, which describe the story, so you can hear the narrator, but you don't actually see them. Often the narrator will provide context to a scene or give the audience additional information to a sequence. A great example of this is in the feature documentary March of the Penguins, narrated by Morgan Freeman, where Freeman's voice describes the action happening on screen and tells us a story about the emperor penguins and their journey of surviving the harsh conditions in Antarctica. The distinguishing factor is that the person telling the story, the narrator, he or she is not visible on camera and is reading from a script, so the audience just hear the voice. Then we have presenter-led documentaries, where a person presents the story to camera. The presenter could be the filmmaker themselves, a journalist, actor, media personality, or an expert that is knowledgeable in a particular area. The presenter appears on camera, conducts interviews, and may also do voiceovers for parts of the film. With this style, often the emotion of the story will come from the presenter's feelings and perspectives about the topic, as well as coming from any characters they may interview as part of the film. An example of a presenter-led documentary is the film Bowling for Columbine, where the presenter and filmmaker, Michael Moore, explores the circumstances that led to the 1999 Columbine High School massacre. He explores the gun laws in America and shows how easy it is to get access to these dangerous weapons. So the distinguishing factor of a presenter-led documentary is that the person telling the story, the presenter, is physically present in front of the camera. If the person isn't on screen, the style would then be a narrator-led documentary. Then there's an observational-led documentary, also known as fly on the wall, which is where there is no interviewee, presenter, or voiceover to narrate the story. Instead, the filmmakers invite each viewer to draw their own conclusion about the film. An example of an observational-led documentary is the short film Skip Day, which shows a glimpse of a special day in the lives of high school seniors of the Florida Everglades in America. The filmmakers chose to show what unfolds in front of them rather than using interviews, text, or voiceovers to tell the story. So one of the reasons I'm sharing these tips on documentary filmmaking is because over the last 2 years, I've been developing the Documentary Film Academy, which is launching next month. So if you happen to be someone who's looking to make a doc, or you're in the process of making one and you're stuck, I'm really excited to introduce to you the Documentary Film Academy, and I've put together a little trailer to get you excited. Hi, I'm Sebastian Solberg, and welcome to the Documentary Film Academy, the complete filmmaking course and guide to making engaging documentaries. The problem with so many filmmaking courses currently on the market is that they just focus on the gear and the technical side of filmmaking, rather than teaching you how to craft an engaging documentary that gets into festivals and wins awards. Or they just focus on one specific topic, such as editing, rather than taking you through the whole process of making a documentary from start to finish, from developing your idea through to filming, editing, and marketing. And that's why I created the Documentary Film Academy, to teach you the entire creative process of making a documentary and to be there for you every step of the way as you make and complete your film. After talking to lots of aspiring filmmakers, all wanting to make documentaries, I discovered what their biggest challenges were. Then I spent 2 years crafting the ultimate documentary filmmaking course. I've condensed over 15 years of professional documentary filmmaking experience into 7 carefully structured modules. In the course, I'll be sharing everything I've learnt in my filmmaking career and continue to learn, and share the roadmap that has helped me make films for top brands such as Google, Visa, and Canon, and create documentaries that get into festivals and win awards. This course has over 50 video tutorials taking you step by step through my entire documentary filmmaking workflow, and I'll be sharing it all without holding anything back. As part of the Documentary Film Academy, you'll also have access to workbooks to help you get clear with your intentions for your documentary, templates to help save you time, and filmmaking assets to help you make more cinematic documentaries. This course will revolutionize the way you think about and make documentaries, and will help you overcome many of the roadblocks that stop even the most experienced filmmakers from finishing their documentary. And what's been most exciting for us at DFA is seeing the results our students have been achieving after joining the course.
Having taken the first half of this course, I genuinely cannot tell you how much it has lifted at least my confidence and the ideas for this documentary, and therefore its creativity and its breadth and its potential. From here, don't know if you can see this, but from here to here, to there.
Seb's honesty and his positivity, just shines throughout the course, and it made it, just such a pleasure to take. Every documentary project I make, I'm going to be basically redoing the whole course just to, just not only to just refresh my mind on all this important stuff, but just for the fantastic resources and just the ideas and just your general positivity and honesty. And it's so inspirational, and it's gotten me, I'm freaking buzzing.
When you sign up to the Documentary Film Academy, as well as getting the 50 plus video tutorials, you'll also get access to live coaching, where you get to speak to me directly and get advice on your filmmaking projects, and you'll have access to our private Facebook community of like-minded filmmakers who are all there to support and grow with one another. This is where you can ask questions, share behind the scenes, and chat about your favorite films. I'll also be taking you behind the scenes on my own filmmaking projects, showing you what it's like on set filming a documentary, and sharing tips and tricks along the way. My goal with this course is to give you the confidence to get started, take away any of the confusion, and to help you master documentary filmmaking so you can make engaging films that wow audiences and get into festivals. Whether you're brand new to filmmaking, a video hobbyist, or professional videographer, journalist, or photographer, this course is here to give you the roadmap on how to make your dream documentary. I look forward to seeing you inside the course. So if you want to learn more about the course, or you want to sign up to the early bird waitlist, you can go to docfilmacademy.com or click the link in the description down below. I'm so excited about this course. I've poured everything I've got into it over the last 2 years, and I hope it can bring you a lot of value and help you on this exciting journey of making your documentary. Thanks for spending this time with me, and I hope to see you inside the course. Catch you later.